Good day. It's Saturday, May 23rd, 20, and you're listening and watching Michael Badaway live. Good evening. Hope you've had a wonderful start to your weekend thus far. Got some good virus news to start off with for you today, in case you're wondering. Fans of Elvis will love this one. Graceland reopening. That's Elvis's beloved homestead. It's reopened to visitors as of yesterday. Break out your blue suede shoes. Get them ready for the quarantine ward there. Seriously, I don't know. Keep your distance. That's all I can do. That's all anyone can do. Are you happy being at home during the quarantine? At first I was enjoying it a little bit, and then I went crazy, and then now I'm kind of like, I don't know. After a period of apathy, I guess it's not horrible. You have to enjoy or take what comes and make the most of it. So I would say I've been enjoying it as much as any of us can. And I hope you've been enjoying it with me, at least somewhat. Uh, the doctor can supposedly teach you to be happy, or so they say. But there's a new school of thought that says that you have sort of like what we will call a homeostasis, if you would, point of happiness. Yes, I'm sweating. It's hot. We have a homeostasis point of happiness, whereby even if you become more happy than you are used to, eventually your body will balance out and you will revert to your default state, whether that's being a happy person, a grumpy person, an agreeable person, a disagreeable person. We all have varied states, obviously, and moods that affect those states, but you have somewhat of a default state when you're not in any kind of good or bad mood. So keep that in mind if you're ever trying to think that you need to change your level of happiness or you want to do something to make yourself happier. Look at your life, look at your circumstances. That's the way you attack it, from the actual problem, not from the covering the symptoms sort of end of things. But hey, what do I know? Let's talk about some numbers here with the virus. Canada, here where I live, we've got 83,621 souls infected. Forgive me. And 6,355 people have passed away thus far. The United States still in first place in the world. There's 5.3 million people in the world infected with the virus. 343,000 people have died. 1.666 million of those people are in the United States. 98,000 people have passed away in the U.S. Brazil recently coming out of nowhere to overtake Russia, second place of the virus. 347,000 people infected in Brazil, 22,000 deaths. Russia, third place, 335,000 and 3,300 deaths. Egypt in the top 40 there with 16,000 infected, 730 people passing away. In Australia, 7,111 infections, 101 passing away in Australia. Still doing okay. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. I hope you're keeping well. It's been hard to keep up with the updates, these are trying times. A lot of people are now, I don't know. I was looking at this debate the other day, and somebody was saying that certain types of information should only be allowed to be disseminated by chosen experts. And something was taken down from their Facebook page or something. I don't know. And it made me think, no matter how stupid your opinion, honestly, you have a freedom to express it. At least in Canada, you do. It's called freedom of expression. It's in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms. And the instant you curtail that, my opinion on something, no matter how ludicrous you may find it, I am entitled to it, as is anyone entitled to their own opinion. Now, that being said, There is something to be said for the public interest and the public safety, but it's a slippery slope when you decide that you can't talk about something or say something, and then all of a sudden there's something else and something else and something else, and before you know it, you can't really say anything about anything. And if you say anything about anything, well, now you're disputing doctrine or dogma instead of science. So let's keep our freedom of expression, no matter how ludicrous or lunatic some of us may sound. It's still better than curtailing those freedoms. That is the reason we live in a free country. It is one of the reasons that makes Canada so great. Anyhow, have a great night. We'll catch up soon. Michael Badaway saying sayonara.